Well, are the crypto market and is Shiba Inu about to start getting exciting again? Yup, sure looks like it. And in fact, Shiba Inu has done something now that it has not done since September of 2024, which is a great sign because that is when Shiba Inu was beginning its recovery, when it started making some pretty significant moves to higher prices. And the question is now, are we going to see this continuation? Will this be the case once again? We do need to talk about a couple fundamental things that have happened over the last 24 hours, a big whale sell day, what drug the crypto market down as the day went on, and what that may in fact look like today. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So you have to love what you're seeing from Shiba Inu right now. Shiba Inu, as of late, has been one of the more resilient assets, outpacing what Ethereum is doing, printing a lot of green daily candles. Yes, there have been days of suck. I get it, right? We're slowly but surely making this correction and trying to work our way back to the upside. And right now, what we're seeing is actually the fifth day that Shiba Inu was broken out above this 20-day moving average. We're seeing the fifth day where we're seeing some green in the charts. That is that should give you a lot of confidence with what SHIB is doing right now. Now, that being said, what is also helping us along the way, BTC currently broken out. It sucks because yesterday we did, in fact, as the day went on, we got to this point where the stock market just started dumping. There was a big old red day. I believe over $1 trillion dumped in the stock market once again. And that is the only reason you saw retail capitulation yesterday. It's why we saw SHIB price drop from all the way up in that 40128 range all the way down to, let's see, what was that, about 40122. So pretty significant drop off there. And what I mean by significant, for those that will question that, that's about 4%. All right. Not that big of a deal. And then overnight money gave us a nice little bounce back. Shiba Inu climbing back all the way up to 40126. And it's a question now, will US money today decide to participate and actually push charts higher? That potential is there. Usually if the stock market has these big drop days on, frankly, no news, they tend to bounce back in a big way. So pay attention to that because that could actually give us a lot of green as the day goes on. Now, what is very interesting, I keep saying that a lot. This is very interesting. What is very coincidental about SHIB is that right now, this fifth straight day that Shiba Inu is currently broken out, it is the first time this has happened since all the way back in September of 2024. When we look back at this trend, this is when it was happening. September 19th or 18th was the first day, and this was actually the beginning of SHIB's reversal. This is when we started really working our way to the upside. What is even more coincidental about this is the exact trend we've been tracking. Guys, if you remember, we laid this out, somewhere back here, that was somewhere in March, and you guys can see it. This is playing out to perfection. This is not really surprising because, again, we talked about the fundamentals being very similar to what they were last summer as we were going through the drop in August, as we started our recovery. It's all the same. This isn't really surprising. And now what we're just waiting for is, again, that confirmation of essentially renewed confidence in the crypto market. That is what will help carry Shiba Inu to higher prices. So now, again, we're trying to continue playing out into our Wyckoff accumulation model. We're trying to continue playing out into that inverse head and shoulders we have building. So this is all looking very good right now. Now, what I will say did take place yesterday is we did have a whale unload day. So yesterday, whales actually had their largest selling day since February 8th. They unloaded 653 billion SHIB. Okay. Back on February 8th, they unloaded 792 billion SHIB. Now, is that a red flag? Is that, a big deal? Not really. There will be days like that where there's huge profit taking. And a lot of what yesterday was those kind of final throes of capitulation. All right. What we don't want to see here is major spikes like this, where we have the average time of transacted coins climb to like 9 months, 10 months, a year, because that would be long-term whales, long-term holders capitulating and dumping their bags and calling it quits. It's still just the short-term people. And so what this shows us is that yesterday was probably people that, bought somewhere in here or somewhere down here that bought what they thought was the dip, just finally calling it quits, saying, I'm done, I'm moving on, I'm not going to hang around any longer. And that's, again, where a lot of people mess up. They tend to dump and unload at the worst possible times in the charts, right as we're making that inflection point. All right. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that, but this is the time to stop playing games and just make sure you're prepared and ready for what comes next. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to accumulate because Shiba Inu, right above this box that I'm very comfortable accumulating in, like we talked about the other day, right? It's been just tap, 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 and SHIB just keeps bouncing right off of it. And now what we might start seeing is this get carried to the upside. So we'll see if we get that nice bounce back day in the stock market. We'll see if we have more accumulation take place for Shiba Inu. What I will say is meme coins in general, back up to about $48 billion in market cap, floating around $4.5 billion in daily trading volume. So we're in actually a very, I'll call it comfortable. We're in a very comfortable spot for Shiba Inu, a comfortable spot for meme coins in general. Overall, SHIB, about $150 million in daily trading volume, still pretty low. And what the resounding theme is still is buying. So this is a very great sign. We're mimicking what we did last year. And again, hopefully this is a trend that can cause SHIB to go on a major run. Last time it was over 50%. We'll see if that continues to be the case from here. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.